How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! It wasn't me. I didn't do it. April 11, 9:40 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 3. Phew. It's finally time. I'm kinda nervous. Alright, well. Let's get down to business, Mia-Fei. My first case ever with a famous defense attorney. I'm so excited. Especially in my youth. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Oh, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to keep yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, no? But what are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Wow. You are definitely not relaxed at all. You are so nervous that I'm starting to question if you are the true Mia-Fei or not. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Also, hi, Grossberg. Finally back home from your vacation? Actually, this is my second time in court. Your second time? I mean, this is your first time? Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcibly, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see... I mean, of course I have! I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Huh. You look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say... I gave it all I've got. Yep, you'll be fine. No pressure! Whoa! Watch it there, buddy. I don't want to get sick, too. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My dog says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Miss Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then. And, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client. And for myself. April 11th, 10 AM. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense's detective assistant is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Whoa. Look at the hair you have there, Payne. Stylish. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? I'll scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Alright, Mia. You can do this. I don't know what happened in that first trial of yours, but you will do great today. I'm sure of it. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I gotta believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will be all over soon. What's that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day of the question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a 4th-year student studying pharmacology. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Crime photo 1. The crime took place behind an Ivy University building. By the way, I cannot quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. Sagacity? The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand out to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Huh! The court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. Oh yes. Your inventory bag, Mia Fey. You're gonna be scrapping the bottom of your court record. A lot, I tell ya. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good, hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press tab here. Alright. Let's check the evidence. First we have the attorney's badge. Proof of my profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Doug's autopsy report. Date and time of death 4/9 at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Okay. The time of death is that, and the cause of death was that. Okay. The crime took place behind an Ivy University building. Okay. I can see the cut electrical cord over there. That surely must be the cause of death. Although, not entirely sure. We can see that there's like an electrical core, but that might not actually be the murder weapon. We shall see. If that was it, or maybe it was a stun gun to the nads. And there's also like an umbrella over there, a broken umbrella. Okay then. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Alright. It is simple, Your Honor. It was definitely hypothermia. Hypothermia, I believe. Mr. Grosberg? Does it suddenly feel very cold in here for you? Nope. I think it's just you. Maybe you are getting hypothermia now. That's because your absurd reply has brought a chill to the courtroom. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Look at the court record more carefully, would you? How can you expect to win a case this way? Hang in there, Mia. Okay, the court record is tab. I'll ask you once again. What was the cause of death? Alright. No more fooling around. It was definitely asphyxiation. Well, I think we'll find it was a case of asphyxiation. Asphyxiation, huh? Mia, what are you doing? Oh, it's stuffy in here. I can hardly breathe. I was asking how you feel. Please, make sure to properly read the court record. I'm so sorry. I'll take a better look. Wow. You know, this is so radically different from the Mia that I know, for sure. Man. This is almost uncanny, even, from the Mia that I know. Now, let's go once again. What was the cause of death? Alright. It is electrocution, even though I'm having my doubts about that. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Manfred? Was that you? I mean, Manfred was still alive at this point, so... I'm just looking at the paint toy with his hair over here. And he surely lost a lot of hair between between this moment and when I first met Phoenix Wright. Well, technically, this would be the first time I met Phoenix Wright, but you know, timeline stuff. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? The cause of the bad blood between the two, eh? Well, let me see if I can find it here, maybe. Alright, let me just check the profiles here as well. Marvin Grossberg, 61. My superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, at age 21. My client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, age 22. The victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Okay, so they were both at Ivy University as well. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend? Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Well, I can see one motive now. There was surely some bad blood between Doug Swallow and Phoenix Wright because of Dahlia Hawthorne. Maybe some sort of jealousy, maybe? Maybe some relationship stuff? That is one possibility. And then there's Wisdom Payne, the prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Okay, well, we don't really have that much evidence to begin with, so I think we're gonna go with Dahlia Hawthorne for this question. And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face. You know I can hear you. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Hey, can you even hear me? Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tab, so be sure to go over it all. Alright, well, I already done this. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? I can definitely tell you this. Judge. It was because of this lady over here, Dahlia Hawthorne. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Wright. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. Oh, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? Hey! We get to cross-examine the defendant! Not only that, but Phoenix Wright himself. Which doesn't really happen that much, now that I'm thinking about it. When it comes to cross-examining defendants, that is. Especially when it comes to Nick. The last time we had to get information out of the defendant was when we had Larry Butts as the defendant, from what I remember. It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No. It means what do you do before you were arrested? Oh! I was a university student. Jesus. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow. But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you, Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his call to the rest of us? He thinks the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor! The victim and I. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I see. So you hardly knew the victim? Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Yeah. It looks like the judge understands. Don't be letting your guard down so easily, Mia. I'm sure that in the next second, danger is gonna arrive. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. And it's the defendant's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie, a contradiction? Well, not always a lie. It can be that the witness is not aware of some stuff, but looking at this is... Yeah, he must be lying about something here. Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Alright. I admit I was there. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You cannot hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright. Good gravy. If it isn't him pointing his finger at people and yelling objection, it is him using that mask as a weapon of mass destruction that is gonna do us in. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body. You say you found the body? So who called the police? Huh? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there, next to the body, in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Can you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Boy. It never happened in the present, but I fear the day in which Nick is gonna take a case and he's sick like this. He points his finger at someone, yells objection, and then sneezes at his witness, and sends them flying away to Bufu fucking Egypt. Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So, you didn't know his face, or even his name, right? Right! Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? No, see here. You cannot avoid answering the question by sneezing all day, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Well, I guess I didn't know his name. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah, yes. That'll be the defendant's lover, Miss Dolly Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right! I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Hey! You're doing the thing! My girl is already getting into it. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear! Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true! Cross my heart! I swear I didn't do it! He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. Well, at least he's not acting cheesier than the cheeseburger I ate an hour ago. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? You serious? Like... I got nothing on that. I'm kinda surprised here. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor. Your insight astounds me. No wonder the law in Japan-California is so damn weird. So bad nowadays. It's because Japan-California is so isolated from the rest of the world. The judge doesn't even know about the Union Jack. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about these bitches now? Yeah, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg. Quick now. Show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia. Check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? Okay. If I am to take a wild guess here before checking it myself, maybe he didn't even have the Union Jack. Maybe the back of his shirt either has a different design or has nothing. Let me see. We have the photo over here. Well, I don't see anything. The photo is taken from an angle I cannot really see, like, 100%, but there is surely no Union Jack to be found. No, so... You're lying to me, Nick! You're lying to me! Okay, well, Mia can handle it herself. 1 year ago, I was in courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time. From the very beginning of his testimony. Okay. Oh. Let's see. Okay, well, you know what? Let me see. Let me present this right over here. What do you have to say about this, Nick?
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. He was right there on his back. Miss Wright, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. And how were you able to see it, given that he wore a jacket on top of it in the first place? I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me! Ah! Whoa! What the? Nick, my man, don't start crying on us like that. Mia, you made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. Whoa! Whoa! It's like 1 second you were not confident at all in what you were doing, and then next you act like a complete savage. Hot damn! I don't even want to ask what the P actually stands in your eyes. I cannot believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Oh boy. That medicine was found at the scene of the crime, I'm sure. Which incriminates him even more. Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. But what's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X!
Objection!
Yes. But even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine. Oh boy. Dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his clearer as Phoenix Wright. Order! Order in the courtroom! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept it into the record. Crime photo 2 added to the court record. The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Cold Killer X added to the court record. found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yeah, let me just check this a little bit. Okay. Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Well, there is definitely some discrepancy here, that's for sure. Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids. My sweet lemon cheeks. Alright. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking cold care X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime of the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid he wouldn't believe the truth. Oof. That is making me have like flashbacks of previous cases. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Ms. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Alrighty then. Let's get to it. The truth is, I went because he called me. Have you ever met the victim before then? No! Never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is... it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What's that for, Mia? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. I mean... I cannot fault ya. Grossberg has such sweet lemon cheeks. You just cannot help but slap them. They're just... You just cannot help but slap them. But still... I have to ask, the flying heck was that about? Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doc Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so I agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45?